All right, hey guys, we are back at it in our second last Alice in Chains album review before the big ranking. Of course, we covered the only 2000s Alice in Chains album last time with the new era of the band, the reunion of the band, with the addition of William Duvall as a co-lead singer with Jerry. With Black is Way of Blue came out in 2009. Now let's scooch on over to 2013 when this thing right here came out. The Devil Put Dinosaurs Here, and it's kind of hard. The cool thing about this artwork is it's kind of hard to tell on camera here, but I'll show you. There's like it really looks like this here on there, and you can kind of see it when you tilt it up, and see it makes like a devil's skull with the reverse image of that dinosaur on there. So it's pretty cool, and just kind of a cool name for an album. Just an interesting, about the whole theory that maybe the devil put the dinosaurs here, to trick us all, or kind of just an interesting theory, and just a cool, just a cool title for the album, I think. But yeah, the heaviness on this one, just to cut it right off the bat. Hey, it's up there. You're getting heaviness with just about every Alice in Chains album besides, the Unplugged and like these acoustic EPs. And Black is Way to Blue had its really heavy moments, particularly with Last of My Kind. Well, you just, man, take like that kind of style of song, and it's a lot of what's going on here. And we kick it right on off with Hollow, which, my God, what a dark and sludgy tune to start things off with. It ain't like a start things off with a fast-paced, track or anything like Them Bones on Dirt or something. No, this is, you start off with the sludginess, which really sets the tone as of what this album is kind of all about here. I love the chorus in here, the verses, the melodies they get on there sound like something right off Dirt, man, I tell you. And I love kind of the breakdown where Williams like singing is just, man, incredible stuff. His range, he really demonstrates it a lot on this song, kind of in the background, while him and Jerry are also harmonizing in the foreground, like silence. Just really, really cool stuff with Hollow. One of my favorites off here for sure. Then we go right on over to Pretty Done, and this is actually my least favorite off here. I can say that pretty strongly. But again, I do like I do like this song. Just like with a lot of these Alice in Chains albums, usually even the least favorite is still just a really damn good song, and Pretty Done is awesome. I love kind of the pissed off sounding nature of it, in the chorus and everything, and just the whole vibe it's got going on. Got a cool riff going on. The breakdown is my favorite part of the whole freaking song. Whenever you've got, again, kind of that just really, really awesome sounding. They nailed that. William and Jerry nailed they're harmonizing together on this one. They already did a great job with it in Black is Way of the Blue, but you could tell they've like pretty much perfected it by this point. And that breakdown in Pretty Done is just a freaking clear representation of that. But it is my least favorite off here, I could say. And then we go on to the first one I ever heard off here, which was, I believe, the first or second single off here, Stone. And my God, that is one of the most badass riffs I've ever heard, period. Alice in Chains or not, or anybody. Just the aggressiveness in that riff, and man, the whole song is just this badass. You can, man, love that song. Stone is one of my favorites off here. That riff will get caught in your head, and just the lyrics I love, like, I'm not a cornerstone in a palace for you, what makes you want to carve your initials in me? Just cool stuff like that. That's just really badass. And again, kind of following the Pretty Done track here, kind of that pissed off nature. Then we go with like the first more kind of commercial sounding one with Voices, which is a really pretty song. I remember seeing the video and stuff for this. This was one of the singles, and I really dig this one, man. The kind of it's got some acoustic stuff going on with it. Not as far into the realm as like a Jar of Flies, but because there's still electric guitar, riddled across this track here. But the chorus is super, super hooky, and I love Jerry's vocals on this are awesome. It's kind of got like This just got like an acoustic kind of jam feel to it, kind of like a No Excuses kind of feel to it. But I love Voices. It's always been one of my favorites off here. Then we go to the title track here. The Devil Put Dinosaurs Here. My God, that's such a creepy sounding song, man. The video is creepy for it too. It just sounds pure freaking evil. You get like this dinosaur growl, like, you know, call or something sound that Jerry gets probably on one of his pedals or something. I don't know what it is. Maybe they just added that in there as a sound effect, but it's so freaking cool sounding. And again, just some of the wickedest, creepiest lyrics that are going on in this one. But this is, over the years, this one is definitely, I've always liked it, but it's grown on me over time, this track, and it's up there as, again, just one of my favorites, man. Absolute gem right there with The Devil Put Dinosaurs Here. Then we go on over to Lab Monkey. Cool little bass intro right off the bat from Mike Inez. Kind of, you know, with a dark, kind of tuned down bass, really low tuned down. Then that riff kicks in and you get some cool lyrics, you know, talking about a monkey being trapped in a cage and everything. And the chorus, the layering of these vocals on this one is really cool. You can hear William really takes on kind of the effect of like, and I'll go ahead and say it, this whole album is like the three-legged dog. It's like the equivalent of three-legged dog as it is, you know, in the whole, in like the Lane era discography. This is like probably the heaviest out of the William era ones. It's just got a different kind of vibe to it, a real sludgy and dark tone, and just the way even the songs are. And again, you know, this is like with Lab Monkey, the way the vocals are layered atop. You can hear William kind of, you know, howling, you know, taking care of business in that high octave range while everything else is going on vocally, which is kind of how Three-Legged Dog is with Lane. You can always see layered them vocals all over the place. And I love the breakdown in Lab Monkey. Just one of my favorite songs off here. I've said that about several of these, but I just love it, man. Then we go on with Low Ceiling. Kind of a you know, more of a chilled out song. It's not like an acoustic, you know, ballad or nothing like that, but it's a kind of a chilled out one, and it's a solid track. The lyrics are pretty clever. You know, why is my ceiling low? I'm too big, or this room's too small. Just kind of some cool, kind of clever lyrics. But the solo in this one's one of my favorite Jerry solos ever. The tone he gets in this thing, man, that tonation, it's just so freaking crisp, and it just cuts you like a knife, man. Just love it. That solo is top tier solo stuff from Jerry Cantrell. Then we go with Breath on a Window, which kind of jumps right at you. And this one's got some cool time changes and everything with it. Love the verses and everything going on. The chorus is cool. Where things really, really get interesting, making this one of my favorites, is you get this kind of breakdown where it's just kind of like this groove kind of going on, and it does its thing, and then you get one of the hookiest freaking, melodies that I've heard, man. Just like the I'd let you go, but you're always in the way, the damage done, the scar of yesterday. That whole portion at the end of that is like, it feels like an epic journey you've taken through this song, man. Absolute freaking gem again on this album. Love Breath on a Window. That's top tier Alice in Chains material. Now we go with our next kind of acoustic one that's got kind of like a southern kind of vibe to it. It's got a slide guitar going on it, which is pretty cool, with Scalpel. And it gives it just kind of a really cool feel. It almost reminds me of something off Jerry's latest solo album. Scalpel really sounds like it could be off there. So it wasn't really jarring that Jerry took that on for that new album, but, considering they've done stuff like it right here on Scalpel. And I love this one. The chorus is solid. Probably, this one, the verses are where it's at for me. I like that kind of just, the groove they've got going there, and that slide guitar appearing around there. I do like the chorus and everything, but the verses to me are kind of where it pulls me in and hooks me in. Phantom Limb might be the heaviest track off here. Just another just monstrous riff, man. And this one sounds like something you could rip right off Three-Legged Dog, dude, with William, like that, I'll haunt you like a phantom limb, and it's just so dark, and like it's got like those effects on it that really are reminiscent of Lane's on Three-Legged Dog. just such a gruesome track and one of my absolute favorites. That killer track. Phantom Limb is again just another top 10 one, and that's another lengthy song, lengthy, but sorry, lengthy track off here, which there's quite a few on here, with the title track, Phantom Limb, Breath on a Window, that all have a lot of transitions and stuff, kind of a bit of a progginess to them, which I dig, which we've seen kind of Alice adapt, kind of meld into over the years. Not a prog band, but, with more elements like that. Then we go with Hung on a Hook, which William takes full-on lead vocals on this one during the verses and everything. And another just really dark song lyrically, Pieces of Me on the Tile Floor. Just dark stuff, man. The chorus is another one of those kind of busy choruses going on where the vocals are just kind of coming at you from everywhere. I love it. And I love the wah-wah pedal and stuff going on here. Really, really freaking cool track. I love Hung on a Hook. Then we end it with another more acoustic one here with Choke. Really kind of sorrowful song. Really, really good way to end it. I like this sounds like, again, something off Jar of Flies, Sap kind of thing going on here, which is a really cool one. They love to close them out with those kind of, more melancholic tracks. And I think Choke is an excellent track. I like the verses, the lyrics are really clever and everything. I love the pre-chorus especially, fragile thing so close to get that whole little melody thing that they got going is just really hooky stuff. Which again, it's just littered all over here. These awesome melodies will get caught in your head, all while being, wrapped in this big, heavy steel blanket, man, that just dipped in sludge. This the analogy of this thing is crazy that I'm making, but it's just, you got to hear it, man. It's just like, it's like, again, like the three-legged dog of the William Duvall era. I think this is a fantastic record, and I think it kind of gets overlooked. At least, maybe I'm wrong, but it seems to me like it's got overlooked for the William era and really the discography in general, because, everybody remembers, Blackest Way to Blue is the first William era one and the Return album. And then, of course, everybody, at least for a while, was, ranting and raving about the, Rainier Fog, which isn't a problem or anything. But that kind of just leaves this one in the middle, But who knows? Maybe this one will come back around and people just like Three-Legged Dog. It's one of those you got to keep listening to and it kind of grows on you. Because I've kind of had that experience as well. I've always really liked this one. But there was kind of, I was like, then for a while I was like, this one really is kind of far down below Blackest Way to Blue. But now I'm like, it's tough, over the years after listening to it so many times. But anyways, guys, yeah, we're almost done with this thing. Next time we'll be looking at the last Alice in Chains album as of today. Could be, I'd be amazed and super excited if all of a sudden, bam, we got one coming up. You said a lot of bands drop some different stuff. So, Queensryche came out with the new single, Megadeth. We had King's X drop one. We had Ozzy freaking Osbourne, of course, drop a new single. So bands are starting to, I guess it's just that kind of time of summer here where bands are just popping out these singles, man. And I'm just awesome. Super excited. And if they did, again, I'd be very pleased. We'd have a situation like when I reviewed the Iron Maiden ones where, in the middle of the reviews, that album came out. So that'd be pretty sweet. But anyways, guys, yeah, what do you guys think about the heaviness of this thing and kind of the tone it takes? And are you, did you guys drop off after Blackest Way to Blue, or did you keep on going with the band with this thing? There's a lot of cool discussion to be had about this too, and like about kind of, again, the heaviness of it and how it really it's a widely different album from Blackest Way to Blue. You apples and oranges here. I mean, they're both Alice in Chains, and they have that sound to them, but they really have a different vibe going at them. So we could talk maybe about some of that stuff in the comments. It's really interesting stuff. But anyways, yeah, can't wait to take a look at their newest record, which came out again in 2018. So it's been a minute, been several years now, which usually I think it's about 4 or 5 years is what they've been waiting in between albums, 2009 with Black Is Way to Blue was, what, 10, 11, 12, 13, 4 years, you know, and then we had 4 years in between. Or no, we had 5 years in between this one and the next one. So maybe it's about that time for them to do something. Who knows? But with that being said, guys, like, subscribe, and comment, and give this thing a listen if you haven't. Thanks.